Welcome everyone to Thursday mindset training. And I just want to say thank you so much to Kimberly, who helped me last week and did one. And it was just amazing. I was in transit, I was moving. So we're so blessed to have Kim and all her magic here. So we are. And today, like often I wait until the day or the day before, and I'm like, what do I want to train on? It was mentors before, and now I'm like, I want to give a little bit of what I'm experiencing and share with you, because recently I went through a big personal breakthrough to do with boundaries and beliefs, and I've been working with a coach, and she's given me some really good systems for working out my belief systems and figuring out if they're true or not. And I think that's really cool, because a lot of us come into this business or whatever it is in areas of life with limiting beliefs that we hold about ourselves, belief systems that we've adopted or we've just strengthened over time that really don't help with this or in any aspect of our life. And so I really wanted to come in and share. I asked you all if you could to bring a notepad and paper, because I want to start off with a little exercise that I found really helpful. Hi, Rhiannon. Also quite, I don't know, I was like triggered by it, but also I was like, this is really obvious, because sometimes my head goes a little bit crazy, but I digress. I'd like you guys, if you have a piece of paper, to make 3 columns. We're just going to start with a little exercise, because I don't know about you guys, but this is just me. The way that my brain works and my trauma kind of works is I make up a lot of lies about myself, and I don't know whether they're true or not. So I have to write them down. I know people who are suffering with codependency or anything like that, it's hard for us sometimes to be able to distinguish fact from fiction. So this was a really helpful one for me, because I'm working a lot on this, and now I'm working with a coach again. So for the first column, I want you to write on the top, emotions I feel. And then at the top of the second column, if you could write, is this true? And then on the third column, positive affirmation. Such a beautiful process. So there are 3 columns. And then the first is an emotion I feel about myself. So we can make this business related first, maybe some emotions or limiting beliefs we feel about ourselves related to our business. But also, I think it's important that we recognize beliefs about ourselves overall that can impact our lives. So I put some examples. Hi, Nicole, my love. Some examples of maybe some limiting beliefs that I did have or still carry around MLM and my success with Purium. You could put something like unworthy, if that's an emotion that you really deeply do feel about yourself, or I don't have what it takes. Or it's harder for me, because this is a good one that some people have, like, oh, well, I'm in platinum, so it's harder. Or I travel a lot, so it's harder. I'm in both of those, so it technically should be harder. But I'm going to talk about this a little bit later. Limitations, like I just don't have the time. I just don't feel like I don't have, I'm too old. I'm not pretty enough. Like, I don't deserve this. All these things that we talk ourselves in our head, just write them all down, even though if it feels like icky, maybe it's hard for you to even feel them, but for me it's easy because I can distinguish them. And then maybe some more internal ones, like I'm not good, I don't know enough, I'm broken, I'm ugly, you have to be pretty to be good in this. I hear that so much. I'm like, what? It's crazy, everyone's beautiful. I'm unable to make money, it's just a pattern, I just can't make money like everyone else. All these things, write some of them down. I got really into this with my because some of mine were, I'm broken, I'm ugly, I'm fat, things that are ridiculous, right? But in my mind, they're not, which is ridiculous. Humans are strange. That's a good one. Not outgoing enough. Please do share. I want this to be interactive. I want you, if you don't feel safe sharing, absolutely fine. But this is really safe. This is a place where we can share. Corey, you say you have so many. We all do, darling. It takes a long time to be able to go through and figure these out, but write them down. Maybe you've worked through a lot of them and you don't have that many anymore. And you're like, wow, this is kind of good. So get those down. One of mine was unsafe in my body. Sometimes I'm really unsafe in my body. I feel like I need to get out of it. Not good enough at speaking. Thank you, Alison. Not good enough at speaking. Made fun of a lot. Oh. It's so sad because I just see everyone as really perfect and beautiful, shiny, and we've got these things. And then, so what we're going to do now is in the next box. This is where we get to have facts, instead of these just crazy ideas. I want you to write next to them if they're true or if they're false, right? So I could look at unsafe in my body and I could write false. Of course I'm unsafe in my body, but I don't feel safe in my body all the time. Or I could look up unable to succeed. And I'm like, oh, I can't succeed in this. I'm never going to get past green diamond. Of course, that's false. You know, this is time where we get to write down next to this thing. Is this true or is this false? If anyone's struggling with any of them, please write in the chat or put your hand up or on mute. You have 2 jobs starting school again. In a couple of months, you won't make it because you're not good enough and you're all over the place. That feels really heavy to carry around. But Cora, is that true or is that false? Truly.
What do you mean if it's true or if it's false? The facts are true.
Is it a fact that you're not good enough? Is that a fact?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, so this is something deeper here. So you truly think that you're not good enough to make it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So you and I are going to work more, exactly as Zara is saying. The whole point of this is to realize that we are all very, very different. We're all dealing with different things, but we are all, every human being on earth has the capability to do what every other human being can do. We were all born the same. We were all born exactly the same. So it's literally our belief system, which is what your belief, you've played this belief over in your head so many times, Cora, I can't do it. That to you, it's a fact. I can't do it, right? You decide I can't do it. You've decided that being in that mentality of victimhood, that it's easier to be in that maybe than it is to decide to succeed, because to shift your belief system from I'm not good enough, I can't do it, suddenly to wait, I could do this. That's really hard because you've spent your life playing this story over and over in your head that you can't do it. But it's a decision. That's what I'm saying. These are all just beliefs. It may not even be your belief. So
I do agree. And sometimes it just feels really hard because for the most part, like for the past few months, I think I've been like really good with mindset, but sometimes like things happen and like you go back.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you move 2 steps forward, but then 3 backwards.
Completely understand. But you know what you get to do? Become bulletproof. Become bulletproof in yourself, in what you're doing and who you are. And these calls I have are to help people come up with little mechanisms and tips and tricks to help you when stuff happens and people say no and all these terrible things happen, where you're like, well, you know what a great lesson for me that I get to learn from. You get to change your perception on what that means so that you're in an empowered position instead of in a victim position. Because you know what the next part of this exercise is, the best part of all. You've got your 3 columns: emotions you feel, is this true or false? Positive affirmation. The positive affirmation is what you're now going to say to yourself to help you remove that. So if you're saying, I'm not good enough to make it, your positive affirmation could be, I get better every day. I'm gentle with myself. I feel it's all coming together at exactly the right time. I'm not going to push it. I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to love on myself. And I was born perfect. Or a variation. And you get to say that to yourself whenever those horrible thoughts come in, like, I'm not good enough, I can't do this. You go, you know what? I'm going to be kind to myself. It's called self-soothing. It's a technique that I'm learning because not all of us know how to self-soothe. We're not taught how to. But I just start talking to myself. I'm like, you know what, Alice, that was really, really painful. But you know what? You're amazing. You're doing so well considering, and you're so lovely, and you have all these amazing people, and you have every opportunity, and it's getting better every day. And I can feel that as I'm talking to myself, I'm starting to feel better just by talking to myself like this. And I just sit with it for a bit, and I'm like, it's going to be okay. And that's all that you need to do, Cora, when you start to have those thoughts. So for every emotion that you've written down, or limiting belief, or thing you don't feel good about, and you've written next to it, if it's true or false, you get to write a positive affirmation next to that that's going to help you rewire a new belief. Let me just see. Kevin's writing some beautiful things here. Exactly. It's okay to go back. You still have stuff to learn. I love you, Cora, because you're a perfectionist. Everything has to be perfect. I'm not good enough. It's very European, maybe. I don't know what it is, but you're so harsh on yourself. And you need to learn to be very gentle as you're learning this process, And
I'm sorry, can I speak?
Yes.
I think one of my things is that I overthink a lot, and I think that's a perfectionism thing. And what I've learned, or what I'm trying to learn, is when I'm starting to overthink, just do it. Don't think about it, just do it. And Coach Drew has helped me with that. It's who cares? Just do it, So when I get into my head, I just okay, just stop it and do it.
I fucking love you, Cora. That's so great. I'm so proud of you, because you know what? Action kills fear. Write this down. Action kills fear. If you're feeling overwhelmed, terrified, just do it. Because it's another thing as well, Cora. You are an overthinker like me. I am always in my head. So that's why writing things down, I get them out of my head, and I can factualize, right? I have this horrible thought that I'm going to lose all my money. My business is going to go. All my business partners are going to leave. I go in terrible little things, and I write it down. But is this true? But how can I self-soothe? How can I tell myself that it's that trust in God, a higher power, in yourself, in the universe, that actually everything is working out for you? Best case scenario. Everything that happens is happening for me, not to me, to learn a lesson, to make me a better human. We get to repick our thoughts here into something that's so bad, or I can't do this and everything's against me too. You know what? Maybe I'm having all these challenges because I'm strong enough. I'm stronger than most, and I can deal with this. And Cora, I just think you're wonderful, because you're learning all of these things, and you're still 100% in it, and you're doing all the things, and you're reaching out, and you're not giving up, because you're stubborn as well as a perfectionist, which is a wonderful thing in this. You're not going to give up, and you're going to get there. And it's a matter of speaking to yourself in these new kind ways. So I'd love to hear some examples of some affirmations maybe that people have written in combat to the things that are holding them back. How can we speak more kindly to ourselves? Kevin, one of your beliefs: I can't attract brand partners that have the same willingness as me to grow fast in Purium. Who else? Put your hand up if anyone else has thought those exact same things, every single freaking day. Right? You are not alone, Kevin. We all want one of us. Thank you for sharing that. But what can you say instead of that, Kevin? Every day I'm getting closer vibrationally to finding my people. I feel them coming in. I feel like today is the day, or maybe it's not today, maybe it's tomorrow, but I'm literally getting ready for this floodgate of amazing people who want this so bad. And I feel them, and I see them, and I'm going to draw pictures of them, and I'm just getting ready for these incredible people to come in, because, oh my goodness, I'm ready, and therefore I know that these people are ready. And Kevin, you're finding them, right? They're coming in. I'm seeing you inviting all these people in. So doesn't that feel better? If you're having one of those feelings, just get excited about those people. I know Rhiannon, she's made a vision board of the women in her team. She's drawn them out. There's pictures of these women. She's shown me her mood board. And I'm like, girl, and then guess what? She found 2 people that day. She's like, these are the women I've been looking for. I'm like, you manifested these women. This is powerful stuff. I'm so sorry someone had their hand up. And I want to hear from everyone. Was it you? Yes, Junie, please share.
Hey, yeah, I was You know, didn't know if now would be a good time, but you were asking for like some sharing. So I was typing it in and I figured I would jump on and give you my energy verbally. So
Okay.
what I was writing down, like all of these emotions and what I feel, and then facts are not feelings, right? Feelings are not facts is another buzz phrase I'm focusing on as well. So thank you for doing this work with us. The post positive affirmation. So like my emotions I'm feeling is my message. I don't articulate it well enough to where people trust that they can buy from me. And this is showing up in the facts to be true because they go to a different source and they buy what I'm telling them about. And then they tell me, oh, look at this product that I bought. And I'm like, are you kidding? Did you look at the toxins and the other ingredients? Like, you're breaking my heart here. So that's how it's showing up. And what I'm telling myself is I get to ask more questions. I get to be more caring, and I get to show them that I am trustworthy and that I care. And this is why they get to be part of, you know, this movement. So that's just like I'm vibrating on this, and you know, it was really heavy seeing the feedback. But like you said, we get to look at this as a growth moment. So thank you. Just wanted to share that's what's going through my mind today.
Thank you, Juniper. And that's so beautiful because what you come to realize is, oh, this keeps happening. How can I perfect this? This is an opportunity for me to grow even greater and ask more questions. And that's such a giving thing. And that's why I think you're so wonderful, because it's you're always saying, how can I give more? How can I be more? How can I, what more value can I share? It's so beautiful. And you know, the more you give, the more you receive, the more the people will then receive what you're saying. And everything works out perfectly the way it's meant to. So you're literally just readying yourself for all these people to receive your message and your caring and the love and how much time you give to these people. Because I know I've seen it, I know what you do. And just know your time is coming. And thank you for that. Everyone can hear how beautiful and graceful and kind you are. Like, that's so, just more of that, more of this. It's so wonderful. The more we give and the more we fine tune these things, the more we can help people. So thank you. It's so beautiful. And you know, if anyone else would like to share anything of this nature or any affirmations that make them feel good or want help with some affirmations, sometimes it's okay to like what, because sometimes I don't know what to say. And then I ask my friends or my coaches or my counselors and like what, and then they reflect this beautiful thing to me. And I'm like, oh, because sometimes we block it. Rhiannon, you're saying I'm broken. Oh, it's such a common one. I'm broken. You're not. You're built back up. Christ has healed you. The pain isn't real anymore. Absolutely. So that's so much more empowering. You're not broken. You're being put back together into something more beautiful and amazing than you can imagine. And the brokenness is just to make room to pour more light in. The more broken we are, the more light we are. That's what I think. So that's what I say. And you are smart. Oh my goodness, you're so freak. You're so amazingly intelligent and incredible and intuitive and emotionally intelligent. You don't exactly, we don't know anything till we've been in this for a little while. So be very kind to ourselves when we're learning this. Absolutely, be so kind and just borrow other people. If I don't know, I'm just like, Allison, can you help me? Allison, please can you answer this for me? And she's like, yes. And then I learn. But thank you for those. Dan, please unmute yourself. Beautiful.
Hi, everyone. I just like that the topic at hand, and that's, you know, pretty much like what I like to do is a lot of self-love affirmations and saying like, I am worthy, I am enough, and manifesting these people, seeing that bright future and, you know, embodying that, pretty much manifesting all of these incredible individuals that you would love to join your organization. I mean, I did a lot of manifestation over the past 24 hours, and I just got off a few voice notes with a woman who is a light worker. She's an alchemist, and she makes her own jewelry. And I'm just so happy to give her the gift of health, and hopefully she jumps on as a brand partner. And sharing that enthusiasm, because she's like, oh, I've been watching you for such a long time. I love what you bring, you know, your excitement, your energy to the table. And a lot of people see that. So, you know, being true to what you really are and your way of being, and, keep saying, I am worthy, I am enough, I am worthy of abundance, and all things will come your way when you manifest it.
Thank you, Dan. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see the amazing people that you're going to bring in, because you've been working on yourself nonstop for this whole entire year, and we just all love you so much. You're so brilliant, and she sounds amazing, and you're just going to have the most beautiful organization, because you are. We attract who we are. So thank you. Self-love affirmations all day, every day. We deserve that. Thank you so much. And Allison, please share.
Yeah, so my emotion was, I don't feel like I'm good at selling or giving pitches, and I could relate to someone else who just spoke about not feeling like I can articulate and like pushing someone away instead of like bringing them in. So my positive affirmation for that one is I aspire to be a giver of love, a giver of strength, and a giver of hope.
Oh my goodness. And you know what's amazing about that, Allison? You went from selling to giving, because you should never feel like you have to sell. The more you give, the more people will want to receive what it is that you're sharing. We share, and that is the most perfect affirmation, because now you'll have the opportunity to give and to share and to be the messenger. And so you never feel like you're going to sell a thing in your entire life, and you don't have to give any sales pitch. You share your story, you share your heart, and the people will find you. So I think it's this beautiful switch from these things that have these negative connotations, be like selling and sales pitch, which even to me make my like hair stand on end, to giving. And yes, this is all about that. And I just know that everything's going to flow perfectly for you when you can get into that feeling. And it feels so much better, but everything will get better. Your sales pitch is really just your story sharing. So the more you can refine sharing your story and your experience with this and the products, watch as everything grows. But I'm here for you, and thank you. That was a really beautiful share. I think a lot of people will probably resonate with that. So thank you, Allison. Thank you. And Rhiannon, please share, my love.
Sorry, I forgot how to do it. Unmute myself. I just had two other ones. One, this is going to sound really silly, I guess, to even bring this up, but I struggle with not feeling like I'm beautiful enough. Like, I don't know. I struggle with that a lot. And then I'm like, well, I wrote down, I'm my own kind of beautiful. And that's really cheesy, but I put that down. But the other one I put was, I only have one more. I don't have enough education for people to listen to me, because education was really big in our home growing up. And I got an AA degree, like general, just to kind of appease my parents, but that's all I have, you know? And then not all, but you know, and then so I put down, do I really need that education? That was like my but that's not really a fact. So I thought I'd just say that in case anybody had anything to say about that.
Oh, thank you, Rhiannon. And firstly, you are like the most beautiful, radiant human like I ever have met. You are so beautiful. And it's just, we've got to all learn that society and Instagram isn't beauty. Like, those standards aren't beauty. They're not even real. We are all so beautiful in every single way. I can't even I just look at every person. I'm just like, you're so beautiful. So just keep affirming to yourself. Everyone here just thinks you're the most beautiful, radiant thing, and you are. And education, I don't know shit. Honestly, I don't know anything about anything. All I know is that I want to help people, that I have a heart, that I can kind of talk about the ULT, that I can talk about Dave's mission because I'm obsessed with it. You don't need any education in this space. You need a heart, and you need to be able to empathize with people and speak to people and just be there for people. And you have all of that in abundance. So in this space, you have everything it takes to be very, very successful, because we aren't scientists or not all of us are scientists or nutritionists. We are people who want to make a huge impact in the world and work through our blocks so that we may be the greatest that we can possibly be in this lifetime. Personal development junkies. And you don't need to know anything for that, except that you are loved and that you get to work through all those things, and that you get to show everyone and yourself what you're made of, and however that looks to you. But education, that will come. It doesn't matter though. I've never really used it in this space. but thank you. They're really beautiful and they're really honest. And again, a lot of people have those same problems. That's something I wrote down. I'm ugly. And I just think that's such a horrible thing to say to myself, and I'll never say it again. So thank you, Rhiannon, my love. Thank you. And Nicole, my love, please answer. Please please speak. Oh my goodness.
Hello, everybody. Hey, angels. I have to jump off really soon for a call, but I just wanted to piggyback off what you guys were just talking about with in regards to selling, because I listened to this podcast yesterday, which is riveting for us in network marketing. So I will post it in all the groups so you guys can listen to it. It's incredible. Oh, sorry. I turn off my alarm. And so it's called Selling with Love. And so when you love what you do and you're in alignment with what you share, it's not selling, even though it is selling. Everyone in this world is selling something, whether it be a product or a service or whatever. Even celebrities are selling something, you know? So it's like when you are in alignment in that energy, that frequency, selling is an energy exchange. So when you are selling this, is it in alignment with you? Can you see yourself for your lifetime selling this? If you can't, then it's not in alignment for you. But if you can for your whole lifetime, then it's okay, because it's a loving exchange. It's an exchange between conscious beings. So I'll post the Spotify link for you guys so you guys can listen to it. But yeah, it's earning with integrity. So it's like, you know, we're just helping people. It was a really amazing thing. And then they talk a lot about like, just, you know, you're loving yourself, like self-love. And if you haven't read the book, The 4 Agreements yet, read The 4 Agreements or listen to the audiobook, because that will really be a game changer for you and your growth period, you know, your growth journey. Yeah, it's so good. There's so many things I want to share with you guys, but yeah, you just there's so many points I wrote down, which I want to share, you know, to get out of your own way. You just like release the comparison of others, like release that comparison and just be your authentic self. That's the beautiful thing about this, especially with Purium, is you get to show up as your authentic self. And what's the other point? Reflection is good for you. Yeah. So when you, this is a big one, because I know a lot of people get butthurt when you get a rejection, but when you get a rejection, it's actually good. It's a good thing, because it like helps you have like this rhino skin, and it helps you understand people better and how you can actually, because a lot of people think that salespeople are like manipulators, but really it's just like how do you speak to people, how they can understand what we are sharing or selling. So you just learn to like deliver in a different way and actually understand people in a different way, which would really resonate with me. Help them understand. Yeah. So yeah, sorry. I just wanted to like share those points because it was like on my mind all day, because this podcast is incredible. And yeah, the book is called Selling with Love. This guy wrote it, and then he talks in the podcast about it. So it's really amazing for especially what we do.
Thank you, Nicole. You are amazing. Thank you for always sharing these things. I'm going to listen to that today. I think everyone's going to get on those things. That's so helpful. It's going to help a lot of people understand that this isn't selling, this isn't manipulating, this is just sharing with love. So thank you. I know that you put them in your group, so we'll share them around so everyone can get access. But thank you, my love. That's so kind. And Kimmy.
Hi, everyone. Alice, you're just so wonderful at this, reflecting back the goodness of everybody. And thank you for that, Nicole. How amazing is the 4 Agreements, right? And to always do that. And just to share, you know, you don't even need a full 8th grade education to do a really good job in this business, by the way. I do it every day. So there's that. But I just wanted to like come on and just say thank you to Miss Allison for speaking her truth. And thank you for Kevin for speaking the outcome of me being able to say, like, I attract solid, coachable builders who want to be successful in this business with themselves. I've worked so hard or so light and allowing on like removing limiting beliefs that like when someone's like, think of a limiting belief, I'm like, I don't even know what to think, but there is times. And then it's that rebuttal of like proving to yourself, actually, I have called in a ton of really coachable people. I have been able to see the outcome. So I get to tell my brain, like, know that like, look at the truth, like look at the statement of truth of what this truly is. And the other piece is if we're really stuck in certain things and we can actually feel a sensation in our body, like when we speak it, like if it like clumps up our throat or like there's a tightening in the body, like go to that sensation in our body and complete that energy, because those are the things that are like really making those walls of like just not being able to call in the things that we wish for. So, and I also wanted to share today, like there's this really sweet man who reached out to me, and then he was like, I don't know. I think, I have a fear of MLMs and I wouldn't be good at selling. And we just have this opportunity to lay this red carpet down of the knowing that it's not even really an MLM. It's the most priceless experience of organic superfoods being delivered to your doorstep. And then are you a person that loves to help your community? And I just came up with this like bullet point list of all the things I could share with him of like, okay, so you don't think that you would like, MLMs, but do you love organic food? Do you love regenerative farming? Do you love, and so like we can help our people that say that they don't want to do this, but like they really do. I mean, they're just like these precious people that we're reaching out to anyway, and we know that they would be amazing at this work. And so we can ease ourselves as we are easing the other person. And like we can notice like what are people coming with the limiting beliefs, and have we cleared those? And then once we've cleared those, we can lay out exactly what Alice is helping us do with our customers as well, and just help them see, like highlight the most beautiful opportunities that are right at their fingertips. So anyway, I just love this so much. And I'm so proud of everybody. And Dan, thank you so much for sharing, and everyone. So bless you.
Yay! Thank you so much, Kim. Always such beautiful words of wisdom. Thank you for the reflections and just sharing where you are. It's so helpful. It really is. Just so much love for you. Thank you. And darling Tonya, with your hand up, please share.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Well, this is I recently realized this, but I always say that we're all equal. The janitor is just as much important as the CEO, that we're all equal. There's no one above someone, there's no one beneath. And I've and it would make me so mad when people would, act that way, And I've recently realized that I feel beneath a lot of people. Like I am just beneath them, So that's one of the reasons why I'm not went as far as I think I could, because I'm like, am I good enough to talk to these people? If they're wearing suits, should I, it like, what's the word I'm looking for? I just don't feel as like I should go up and speak to them because I feel too beneath them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I've recently realized that that's one of my main things, because I get so angry. I realize when I get angry about something, I need to figure out why